would say, first of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, we're here to participate in a very, very important conference in a beautiful place, in a country that is focused also on its heritage, and we learn from the Turkish experience for sure. We are here in a different situation now. Many of the Islamic countries are suffering from the destruction of their heritage. We believe heritage of a country is a most important issue, not just for the past, but also for the future. Preserving the heritage of our country today is a very critical issue to the identity, and also a very critical economic issue. Today, Turkey is a good example. Istanbul is a very good example. Preserving the heritage of Istanbul, spending money to restore sites, open them, that's very important to people, is an economic big win for a city like Istanbul, a beautiful city like Istanbul. The government of Saudi Arabia has allocated about 5 billion Saudi riyals, about 5 billion liras at the current currency rate, to restore, to construct, and we're already restoring and constructing hundreds of projects, 230 projects under either construction or now are being bidded by contractors. The protection issue in Saudi Arabia is becoming a very serious issue. We issued a new law for heritage and antiquities, the built heritage and antiquities, which basically restricts and really stops the destruction. And of course, Islamic history sites, to us, the most important. We're erecting a lot of museums, visitor centers, and preserving a lot of the amazing stories of Islam. And of course, I announced today the big exhibition, Roads of Arabia, which has been touring the biggest museums in the world, to come, inshallah, to Istanbul. It's a very, very important thing for us, for an exhibition of Saudi antiquities and Saudi historical monuments to come to Istanbul, because Istanbul is a major city between two cultures, world cultures.
What kind of things are you trying to do as a cultural entity to manifest the real image of Islam?
Arabian Peninsula, where Saudi Arabia is today, has seen historical transitions, whether the history that we know or even prehistory. Roads of Arabia, when it comes to Istanbul, inshallah, and the people of Turkey and the visitors of Istanbul and Turkey would come and see it, they would realize something stunning, that we present our nation beginning 1.2 million years of the archaeological finds. There's never been a period in Saudi history where we have so many archaeological surveying teams and excavation teams from the most respected international institutions and universities, and we look forward now to Turkey to also come and participate with us.
Or there are reports coming from UNESCO speaking about there is no link between Israel and the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. And you know that they still have their action underground. How do you react to these actions carried out by Israel in the region?
Well, first of all, I want to salute the UNESCO for standing up and voting, as it did some while ago, regarding the holy sites in Israel. And UNESCO is a major organization that everyone believes in. I congratulate the new Secretary General of the UNESCO, and I hope UNESCO will continue, regardless who's in UNESCO or who's outside UNESCO. At the end of the day, for Muslims, the holy sites are the most cherished for us as humans and Muslims as people. But as I said today, Islam now is Islamic sites and Islamic heritage, if you say, are also heritage for the humanity, not just for Muslims. We have to believe now that heritage for the humanity is becoming an international cause and issue. When we preserve the history of Islam in Saudi Arabia, when we preserve the heritage of Saudi Arabia, when we preserve or help other nations in the sense of restoring their sites, and Turkey does and we do, because we're preserving the heritage of humanity. So it's not anymore now Jerusalem only protected and sought for by Muslims. Really, it is an international issue. Every nation in the world has a stake. You start with Jerusalem, it will never stop. And we're all standing, and it will never happen. Jerusalem will always be Jerusalem, and the holy Aqsa Mosque will always be a site that is holy to us and to the other religions also.